Guys, it's your girl Keaira, and I'm back with another video. Welcome back to Enter Into Thoughts with Keaira podcast. And so, of course, today I have a special guest. But before we get into that, the title today that we're going to be talking about is going to be about past, present, and future. And so, before we get into a little bit of why I chose this topic, I have my twin over here that everybody be talking about that I look just like, you know what I'm saying? My daddy. You would like to introduce yourself? What's your name?
Hi everyone, my name is Patrick. I'm Daddy.
He nervous, y'all. I don't know why he nervous.
Oh, nothing's wrong.
How you feeling?
I feel pretty good. Just something new.
You something new?
Yeah. Then you're doing it with your kid, so.
This is the best thing. You know what's so crazy? Okay, so y'all, I picked this topic, past, present, and future, because my boss had me reading this book because I was going through some things at work. And I was reading the book, and it was teaching me how to be in the present, not dwell on the past, and plan for the future. And my dad will always give me advice of how to do things. But us kids, your parents tell you something, and then you don't necessarily. It's not that we don't want to listen. It's just that sometimes it takes somebody else to tell you for you to listen for some reason. But yeah, and so I told him that I wanted to talk about this topic because I feel like he would be a good person to talk about with this situation and just be able to also reflect on his past and what he's learned from his past, where he's at in his present, and what is his goals to get to his future, How you feel about that? How you feel about the topic whenever I gave you a little bit about what I wanted to talk about?
Well, when you told me about this topic, I thought about a lot of things.
You gotta make sure the mic.
I thought about a lot of things. Past, present, and the future. I don't know about the future, but the past, I got a lot of them. So that probably was something that we could talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Present, what I'm doing now. You see that.
Mm-hmm.
The future, I guess we could plan that together since you my daughter. Part of it.
But okay, so for your past. So for my past, a little bit just about because I have been gone from my YouTube channel, and I've been working on being consistent, being more motivating myself and not expecting someone else to motivate me or expecting someone else to push me to do what I'm passionate about and not allowing myself to get discouraged. So it's just feeling usually most people's battle is not getting subscribers or people not liking the videos or something like that. Mine was never like that. Mine was just more of, it's always my inner thoughts be telling me not to do things, or I'm not going to succeed, or I'm not going to be able to overcome the things that I know that God has told me that I'm going to be able to overcome. So I kind of just self-sabotage myself in a way in the past. And I've been, the book that I was reading called The Present is helped me learn from the past, because I noticed that whenever I allow myself to think about the past too much, I be stuck in it. And then I start to spiral. Then I start thinking about, well, what I could have did, what I should have did, how I could have did this better, and trying to think about changing it versus just accepting it for what it was and understanding that this did happen, and now this is something that I have to move past and understand of how to do it better next time, or
something that you learn from.
Mm-hmm.
It's always something that you learn from.
Mm-hmm.
The past, the trials, the tribulations, anything like that is just, it's basically what you learn and what you get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
When it's wrong, don't take it as a downfall.
Mm-hmm.
Analyze it so you don't do it again.
Yeah.
One of the things that we tend to do is we tend to make the same mistake over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. So we just stuck in the past. Mm-hmm. So we can't even get in the present. It's right in front of us because, number one, we're worried about everything around us instead of worrying about what we need to do. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we just need, if you want to do something, You just gotta do it. Say for instance, 4 years ago, I wanted to try this car wash thing, and me coming from where I came from, my background in life is a little different, and I was afraid
Mm-hmm.
to not having a 9 to 5 job, working every day, but God wanted me to do it, so
Mm-hmm.
that's what I did. I stepped out on faith,
Mm-hmm.
and so far so good. It's helping me take care of things that I need to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's just about you just blocking out everything, taking the good thoughts, taking the good, what is one, what am I trying to say? Taking the good when someone's trying to give you
Mm-hmm.
advice. So
Yes.
that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Taking the good advice,
Mm-hmm.
and any type of negative, just block out the negative.
Yeah.
You can listen to the negative because some of the negative you learn from it, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't let that affect you.
I feel like sometimes we get, like you said, like we get so lost in it, like we start to forget about where we're at right now, like being in the present and understanding, like, yeah, that did happen in the past, but what's happening right now? Like you said, like trying to find the good things, understand like the advice that you get from other people. Like some stuff may seem cliche, some things may seem like, oh, I keep hearing this, oh, it's gonna get better one day, but then it's just like it really will. It takes time, and it takes a lot of times. It's like it could be right around the corner, but if you keep feeling like poor me, then of course it's gonna keep on taking longer because you're not appreciating where you're at right now. You're not appreciating the things that you have learned or the things that you have accomplished. Or sometimes, we don't learn. Sometimes we still be stuck in the past, but it's all based off of, it's not about like how you got there. It's just the fact that you got there. That's it. That's all that matters, is that you are willing to try to get there.
That you've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you also can look at things. Well, how can I put this? You have to. How can I put this? You just have to look at things in the way that you look at it in the perspective of, because you have people around you. You have some friends around you that let you know that, okay, you should do this, you should do that. That doesn't mean that everything is for you. So everything that you've done in the past, where you at right now, you just gotta. You're gonna lose things. You're gonna lose things that you never had. You're gonna lose friends that you thought that you're supposed to been with your entire life. You're gonna lose cousins. All this is a cycle of past and present to try to get you where you are, because when we hold on to things,
Mm-hmm.
it takes us a long time to get to where we need to be on the point of just progressing to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had to learn to, no matter what nobody said, I knew what I was capable of doing when it came to what I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kept at it. And
Yeah.
I try to find new ways to make what I'm doing, better.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to worry about, how it started back then. I'm just, trying to worry about where I am now
Yeah.
with that part of it. I mean, it's just a cycle. Our biggest part about the past is letting go of the past. Our biggest downfall about the past is people.
Mm-hmm.
Then after you learn from the people, then now you gotta
Let go.
yeah,
Yeah.
and try to do, and not try but do things
Mm-hmm.
the way you need to do. Just because of where you came from, just because of what you went through, coming up a hard life, that don't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about that you still here, you still living, and you seen people that you probably deserve. Why did they go, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
So he has a purpose for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more interested now in just finding my purpose. You know, I'm past the present. I'm more looking toward the future.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to find my purpose. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just trying to put my stamp where I need to be at in life, so I can at least so someone know I've been here. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
And
I
it
just
also
wanna
help you be a better
yeah.
you too.
Yeah, because once you're gone, you're gone.
Yeah.
Some people are gonna
Mm-hmm.
remember you, a lot will forget about you. So
Yeah.
you just gotta
Leave
put
a
your step for
legacy.
you. That's right. Leave your legacy.
Hmm.
Exactly right.
Okay. So like with your past on like losing the people that you have lost in your past and the people that are real close to you, you know. He has went through a lot of things, you guys. My dad went through he's went through a lot, y'all. So it's just like how do you not allow those past thoughts to defeat or overpour into the present?
Because I learned that death is gonna come,
Hmm.
and it hurts, But I've learned that you always have to look at the things that they wanted you to do, like to make yourself better.
Hmm.
Whether if it was aunties,
Hmm.
I had my big mama, of course,
Hmm.
my brother and my daughter, you know. So I always just think about things that they wanted me to do positive. Now, I
Hmm.
probably didn't think about it back then because, especially with Sadie's and Charles, being a year apart
Hmm.
with both of them passing. So it's messed me up for a while, but I'm good with it now
Hmm.
because, even with Charles passing, I felt bad and I kind of knew something like this could happen to him just
Hmm.
for the lifestyle that he was living, but we all like I got you guys used
Hmm.
to it. I tell y'all I love y'all every
Hmm.
time I get off the phone, So that's how me and him talk. So
Hmm.
I never really felt like he didn't know I didn't love him, even if we were mad at each other. So and with Mercedes, with I ain't married, my
Hmm.
grandfather, all my aunts, uncles, out of 21 kids, it's
Hmm.
like two girls and two boys left.
Hmm.
So yeah, 15 years of being here in Oklahoma City, I've lost all of that.
Hmm.
So yeah, it makes me, yeah, but it makes me a better person.
Hmm.
All of it, because I just think of the good and do something for me for once.
Hmm.
Do something for me for once.
Yeah.
Not, waking up for someone else trying to do what they want to do. I'm waking up trying to make things right for me
Hmm.
in my future. So that's how I deal with it.
Okay. So
That's
you
how
just
I
think
yeah
about just the
yeah.
positive things that they've
That's
always
right.
just told you.
With the things that I lost, I
Hmm.
got I got I got you guys.
Hmm.
I don't feel like I'm a bad father, so
Yeah.
I don't have things,
Hmm.
burdens like that. So I just think about, what I need to be better, even with the things that with my marriage, things that I've done wrong. I have to,
Hmm.
use that to make myself better,
Yeah.
not be, whoever I was, or not to blame anyone for anything,
Yeah.
because we all have to move forward. And
Taking accountability.
yes, you
That's
have to
something.
take accountability for the things that you've done wrong.
Even sometimes for things that you may not have.
Yes.
That's why I have a hard pill to swallow with that. My boss had told me that one day. So it's this situation I haven't told you, but it's the situation at work where I went on vacation to go see Beyonce. You know, that was just the best time ever. It was a great concert. And I was leaving to get away from work because I was being transitioned back to like I was a tip position going back to the chord position, and it was like it all happened so fast. So, you know, like things just happened so fast, and it was just so confusing, and I didn't understand it, and I didn't understand why me, why do I have to do this, like why do I have to go back. And so I left on vacation. It was already planned, but it just so happened that it fell in between the times of all of this happening. And it was a time where my mama told me that we're not talking about work. That's what she said. We're not talking about work. So I said, okay. I listened to her. So I didn't talk about work. I didn't think about work. None of that. Came back and things was not the way that they was that I left. They were very awkward. It was very uncomfortable. Eyes were staring at me. It was like something had happened, but I didn't know what happened. And so my boss pulled me to ask me. First, I texted my boss. I messaged my boss, and I was like, "So what's going on? Like, I'm confused." Like, he was like, "Oh yeah, some things changed." go not ready at like 4:50 at 5 o'clock. So I was like, all right. So I went not ready at like 4:50. Yeah, I work at a call center, by the way. And so whenever I went not ready, I walked him, and we were walking to an office. My higher up boss, his boss, I had to go talk to her, and I was like, huh? Because whenever you gotta do that, that means something happened. So I'm like, what you mean? I was like, did I do something wrong? He was like, nah. I was like, oh, okay. So why do I? Why we going? He was like, by the time he could tell me, we got to the office. She told me that there was a situation where somebody that I thought that I could trust decided to share text messages with an individual that, they decided to sit with or whatever. And so it was a moment of me not only trying to think about what text messages could this person possibly show another person that's supposed to be shadowing them about work, and you over here talking to them about what Lord knows whatever. Like, that's whenever I found out who was my friend and who really wasn't my friend in that moment. And it helped me be able to give the information to the higher up boss on this situation, what helped her solve the other situation and be like, okay, so this is why this was random. Because if she was randomly saying this to this other individual, why wouldn't she randomly say it to another person? Because the individual was trying to say that the person that, it just so happened that that person's mom works for the company. She told her mom called the big boss. All this other stuff got transpired, yada, yada, yada. And so the person that I thought was my friend was saying that she never said that. The girl misunderstood her, which is, don't even get me started. But, that's a whole whatever. And not only am I having to deal with being moved back, now I'm dealing with drama. And now I no longer am doing the things that I was doing at first. I'm not helping out with things anymore. I'm literally strictly only core. That's it. Which is fine. Because, God always makes things happen for a reason. He maneuvers you and he moves you and places you in places. And I feel like he placed me back in that area because he knew all that stuff was about to happen. And me being in the position that I was in would have looked way worse versus the position that I'm in now. So it's just like, I didn't understand that at first. I'm not going to lie, I was angry. I felt defeated. I felt like people were going to talk about me. I felt like people were going to think that I don't know how to do my job. And now I'm being placed, basically like a setback. I thought I was being pushed back. And I remember the higher up boss, she had told me to continue with being positive. She said, continue with being positive. She was like, continue with being who you are. She was like, the person that you have always showed me, I know who you are. So don't lose sight of that just because of the things that are going on right now that somebody is trying to say about you that you know that is not true.
She's right.
Yeah. Yeah, to react.
To act a certain way. Mm-hmm. And when you give it to them, you lose.
Yeah.
I don't care if you stomp them down in the street. When you give it to them, you lose.
Yeah.
Because you have to learn to have class.
Yeah.
Even when you don't want to, Mm-hmm. You already know where you've been. You already know what you've done. You just got to learn to have class. And when you have class, that hurts them a whole lot more than punching them back in the face.
And I'm not going to lie.
And it teaches you that you don't go to work and talk to everybody.
Yeah.
You go to work to work. Mm-hmm. You don't go to work to make friends.
Mm-mm.
A job is the worst place to go make friends because you never know what the agenda of any person or why they came and wanted to, even interact with you in the first place mm-hmm. on the job. So, because these are different people. You didn't grow up with them. You met them where you are.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot to think about. But the biggest thing is you should learn from that is being to yourself.
Yeah.
You are your best friend and you are your worst enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. If you allow things into your world to sabotage, it will be sabotage. The devil works 24/7. He works just as hard as God does.
Yeah, that's very true.
You got to learn from the past. Mm-hmm. You got to learn now mm-hmm. so you can have a future,
Yeah.
But if you let any of these things, come in the middle of that, mm-hmm. there won't be a future because you'll be stuck
at that one place.
Right where you are.
Yeah, that's why I just been being the bigger person. And I ain't gonna lie, being the bigger person is not easy, okay? it's
Not at
it's
all.
it's important and it's healthy and it helps you become a better person and it builds you to become stronger. And if this type of situation ever approached again, like I know how to handle it. And that's one lesson that I did learn. And then I did take, that accountability of even allowing somebody to even have space to even say anything about me or to even be able to talk about me in general, you know what I mean, or even be able to create anything about me at all. So it was just one of those things of me just taking accountability for that part.
Anybody that you talk to at work, let it be outside the job,
Yeah.
and then you still have to watch yourself around them because someone's always trying to watch for you to be out of character, for you to do anything for them to have something
Yeah.
to repeat to someone else. So you always gotta watch yourself. If you got friends, you should just have friends outside your job that don't work with you. If you hang out with someone,
Yeah, or just the ones that I know that,
that you can trust.
yeah, that I could trust, and the ones that are not focused on drama or focused on just cattiness, period. Just negative things. Just not, they're just, it's like you don't have to be in the best mind state, but you got to want to work on yourself and be a better
That's
person
right.
for you.
You have to surround yourself with people with dreams that are bigger than yours.
Yes.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you got to do. You can't surround yourself with anyone with standards lower than you would accept.
Yeah.
All you want people with your same dreams, but if you want to succeed, you have to people around you to make you want to go
Mm-hmm.
and get what they trying to get you and grab it like they grabbing it, not where you are because where you are, you trying to get past that.
Mm-hmm.
So you just want to just that's my biggest thing now. The people I'm around, they're thinking just like I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and that helps. You don't have people with a low mindset,
Yeah.
to make you stoop down to the top of things that you stooped to 20 years ago. For me, I don't have those type of guys around me. I have guys that trying to,
Do more things.
push to the
Yeah.
next level. And I'm older than these guys, but they keep me up. They
Yeah.
keep me going here in this state of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna lie, it put me in a crunch time. Like it's my boss. I definitely would say like he has been helping me help build me and help me learn my lesson. Who he know who he is. He been making me learn my lesson and learn a lot of things and understand that at the end of the day, it's life and it's my
Yeah,
story.
and watch people.
Yeah, and watch people and like he said, he said one hand is too many. He said one hand is way too many. He said I need you to have about two, three, if that, honestly and truthfully. So it's just like just helping
That's right.
me, yeah, just then also just helping me understand too, just being careful with being too much in the past. Like sometimes I do slip and I'll be sitting at my desk and I'll just start, my mind will start going. And then I'll have to, like here lately, what I do to stay in the present is write down like positive things. Like just the opposite of whatever negative is in my mind, I'll write down something positive or I'll say something different or I'll rebuke it because it's just like you said, the devil be working. The devil knows that there's something bigger that's coming
He
towards
knows that
me.
you're trying. Anytime that you're trying to do something, anytime that you're trying to change,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you when I tell God, thank you for waking me up this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for everything you've done for me. Thank you for everything that I'm not gonna like too.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for all the bad you about to bring on me.
Yeah,
Because you
gotta be
just
grateful overall.
yes, yes. I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah,
You have to.
yeah, because that's, and then the more that I've been doing that, the more that I've been allowing myself to be in the present. And then also like I used to struggle too with being too much in the future. Like I know what's gonna happen. I know exactly how my life is gonna be. I know that I'm gonna be big. Like, I know all these things, but God was like, okay, you know all these things, and I'm telling you all these things. In the present, you not planning it, and you're not doing nothing to get there. You're not doing anything
You're worried about that. You worried about that job.
Yeah.
You need that job to make it, but that job ain't gonna get you where you trying to get to. It's just a job.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, and I feel like he had to remove me from the position that I was in because I lost sight of myself, and I was too fixate on like the job or how to do this, or I need to get this right because I want to transition out of a temp, and I forgot about my podcast. I forgot about the things that was my purpose. Like, that job honestly and truthfully is to help finance this and to help push into this. And then that job also is to help me with this as well, because I have to deal with people at my job. So it's just like, with me dealing with people, talking to people, interacting with people, just like my people skills, me being in, I can be a leader in different type of ways. I don't only can just be a leader just in that position. I can be a leader even where I'm at right now, and I'm learning that as well. So it's just like being able to still embrace those roles within myself, but then at the same time plan and push to get to the future to where I can see myself actually taking those next steps by actually putting to the action of getting there versus always saying of what it's going to be or what I.
But one thing that you should slow down with, you're pushing yourself when, I'm not saying you got time, but literally you got time. You know what I'm saying? But anything can happen. You got time. So you should learn. Right now, all this stuff is a learning experience.
Yeah.
This is everything that you're learning, everything that you're putting in your resume for life. So when you figure out what you really want to do and the things that you're trying to do, at least you'll have these things, and you're going to need some of these things, even with just learning how to talk to people.
Yeah.
With this job, just being on the phone talking to you know, the people that you talk to, different people, different attitudes, different everything. So it's a lot of different things. You got to just take this as a learning experience and take care of your life, because if you don't take care of your life, you can't get to the next level.
Yeah.
You just on this level in life, and the reason why your brain probably can't stop thinking because you're worried about the next level. But right now, you got to tighten up this level so you can go on and get where you need to get to. If you don't tighten up this level, you're stuck.
Yeah.
Again, so that's what you have to do. You just have to put it to yourself about what you just do.
Do it.
I woke up one morning after 20 years old, smoking Black and Milds, and I woke up one morning almost 12 years ago and said, I'm not going to smoke one no more. And I didn't. And then I started on a vape right after that. And it's been 9 years, I think, 7, 8, 9 years. And I haven't even smoked that anymore, you know? So, and I just woke up and I just decided I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't. So you just got to do it.
Yeah.
You can do anything that you want. People, we talked about this in the beginning. One of the things that stop you is people. Yeah. Because when you move a different way, people looking at you, they wonder why you move a different way, and then you get to worrying about why they looking at me because I'm moving a different way. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You moving a different way. Yeah. And that's just how it is. Either you can move with me or you can move around me, you know? It's simple as that. Yeah. Because you can't stop moving the way you move. Yeah. So, and then that's when you start losing people. But when you lose them, they was just there for a minute. Yeah. Whatever they had to say to you at that time, in the time that they were good to you, that was what you needed to learn at that time. Yeah. Now that that's over with, you got to move on. Yeah. So
we just tend to get too comfortable in things.
Yes, and we stay stuck in the past. Yeah. And don't want to move to the present because it's so similar, you know, and you get so used to doing the same old thing, and it works. Yeah. As long as it works, you know,
it ain't
I
broken.
Can get this done. Yeah. You know, I can get these bills paid every month, you know, with this little I got. But I wish I could do that. But I know if I just went over here and did this, it'll be all right. Yeah. But I'm good. What's going on right now? I'll do it later, you know. You just got to do it. Yeah. You have to do it.
Yeah, having fear behind it too, having fear of how it's going to happen, if it's going to, like, people don't want to go through the hard times. They just won't to just get there. They just want to get to the future. That's it. They just want to be right there. Just okay, there we go.
Those are the people that don't want to work for it.
Yeah.
You know, so that just comes without saying. I mean, just think about a rapper. When a rapper, he wasn't just the best when he first started rapping. He had to try this around a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like him, but he kept going.
Exactly.
You know, he didn't stay there. So you got to look at it like that. And we say they rich and we get mad about what they not doing, but only thing they did was work hard.
Yeah.
And whatever you want, the only thing you have to do is work hard.
Yeah.
And you'll be blessed. Well, whatever he's got things for you, but you have to be able to handle it when he give it to you.
Yeah.
You know, so he ain't gonna just give it to you and you're not ready for it.
Exactly.
So you gotta be.
Or
ready
sometimes he'll give it to you and he know you're not ready for it, but that's only just to show you that, like, whenever you try to rush him,
that means that you're gonna have a whole lot more. And that's the
it's gonna take longer. It's gonna, or not even take longer, but it's gonna be a lot harder to get through it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So just a little bit more, just on just like the future. Just so now being in the present. So me being in the present right now, I've been like planning for the future, but I've been like realistic with the future this time around. Like I've been actually like writing down goals and things that realistically that I can reach right now. Of course, think big, you know, never think small, but just be realistic with the thinking big, and just also just trying to make sure that that's still what I currently want right now with getting to my future. Like wanting to one day get paid off of YouTube and just put in my 2 weeks and never have to work again. Like, in Jesus' name, amen. You know, like that's one of my big things.
But you know, you could work, you could do your podcast, you can still work. It's all about, you know, and that makes you even stronger.
Yeah, it do. We're gonna have to pray about that
when
one.
you relax your mind too much, sometimes you get too relaxed.
True.
You always gotta, if you don't keep your mind on the edge, sometimes, you know, it's hard for you to get to that next level.
Yeah.
You can't let your mind get too relaxed. But what you want to do, he got us doing exactly what he wants us to do. And what we need to do is learn from this.
Okay. So in the past, from where you at right now, what is the biggest thing that you learned in your past that you brought into your future that keeps you going?
That I am my best friend, I am my worst enemy. All friends are not your friends. You know, trust God in the beginning. Don't try trusting Him in the end. It's good to trust Him in the end, but if you could trust Him in the beginning, it'll be a little bit better for you. Those are some small things I've learned. I mean, I've taught myself to be a better dad. I'm a better dad than I was 20 years ago, I think, right now. I value my kids a little more in their opinion on things than I did, you know, in the past. So I think I'm learning from that. For us, anything else? I mean, it's just learning to be a better person. Doing this car wash thing, it helps me be more of a people person. So that makes me better. So I'm able to talk to fools a little better, you know, and not be so angry because I hear it all the time.
So you feel like, cause you know, my dad used to be a hothead. That's who I be getting it from, y'all.
Yeah, he still a little is, but
yeah,
he's better.
Yeah, but it's just like, but you've calmed down a lot. So it's just like, so basically just what made you want to get out of the past and go into the present to get to the future?
You guys for one. And then, I'll be honest, I was married for 15 years and there's a lot of things that could have been done differently and, you know, with everything. So I have to learn from that. I don't never want to be in something that long and it fails ever again.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. I mean, I've learned that patience is better than anything that you can do. So me.
Yeah.
myself. So
What are your goals right now? That
right now, I'm looking into some entrepreneurship. Really, just I'm just trying to put a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah.
So it takes money to make these things happen. So working on that.
Mm-hmm.
So just trying to put a bunch of irons in the fire. So when I sit down, I can have money come a few places.
Yeah.
I got a little parcel pension. So I always had a little cushion with the little things to help me out when I get a little older with for as medical and stuff. But pretty much, knock on wood, I'm a pretty healthy guy. I don't have
How old are
any
you, Daddy?
issues. I'm 49. I'll
Would y'all
be
ever guess?
50 years old
50 years
in
old.
about
Looking like he in his 30s.
6 months.
Looking like he in his 30s.
Thank y'all.
But no, I feel like with your car wash business, and he hand wash cars, by the way. Daddy, why I see somebody go through a whole little car wash thing and they still had dirt on the bottom of their car. It was so...
The cheap way. That's the cheap way of doing things.
Man, Pat Mobile Shop, he's mobile. He will come to you. Oklahoma, he'll travel, but you got to charge.
Yes, I travel. I go state to state. I'm just trying to establish. Right now, I'm just establishing. Like I said earlier, my business was going for 4 years now, but I've been 100% mobile since November of last year.
Okay.
So now it's every day. So at first it was just a little weekend thing because I was doing other things. Now I'm going every day. So it's just a bigger challenge now because now it's all on me. If I don't work, I don't eat. If I miss a day off of work, that's on me.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to learn from it, but hey, I like doing this, so it doesn't bother me at all.
Great. He's great at what he does.
Yeah.
Just, even with like just before we ended, like even with like past, like relationship wise, like dating, like like I've gotten so much better now. Like now I don't even care about you. I'm learning how to open up my heart again. But right now the heart is cold. Okay, I am choosing to be single because I don't have time for it.
Well, with the dating, it was pretty easy. I was pretty good at picking out the bad guys because I probably was all of them in one. When I was their age, so it's pretty good, pretty easy at picking out me. So
boy,
that wasn't hard. I pretty much told her the me's. She had a few me's.
Yeah, and I feel like yous and my mamas, they was a mixture, and I was like, I don't like this.
And not me's with my love, just me with my lust.
Yeah, that's very true. Very, very, very true. That's why now I don't let, now in the present right now, it's all focused on Keaira and Keaira only, and
yeah,
you gotta.
Right, you gotta think about yourself more. I've been divorced for going on almost a year and a half now, so yeah, you gotta think about yourself more and not worry about what happened to you, not be mad because it happened. Still love everybody,
Yeah.
You know.
And understand that at the end of the day, hurt people, and some people.
That's right.
Some people just, they don't know the way out, and they never was taught the way out. So that's why a lot of people are so stuck in the past, because they never had somebody to show them of how to get out of the past. So that's why I really wanted to do this video, because I feel like you are a real good person to demonstrate that, and to have a good example of showing that it is possible. It can happen. You just have to want it to happen. You have to want to be better for you. Can't focus on, like, yes, that person did that. Yes, it did happen to you, but why not it happened to you? Why not you? You know what I'm saying? God felt like you was the one that was capable of being able, not even felt, he knew you was the one that was capable of overcoming that battle, overcoming that hardship. It's just that you have to believe and have faith that what he gave to you, you was able to handle.
He knows that you are able to handle it.
Yeah.
You just have to realize. I missed that part. Yeah, you're right. Man. Yeah, you have to realize, and people don't know things they didn't learn. So you got a broken home. How can you learn about a successful marriage when all you seen was a broken home.
Yeah.
So a lot of us see that, we stop there. I grew up in a home with a single parent, so maybe for years I just felt like, well, what's a relationship?
Yeah.
My dad left me, so
Mhm.
this is what I'm gonna do to women, which
Yeah.
that was not right, and
Mhm.
that wasn't the right way to do anything. When someone hurts you, then you hurt them.
Mhm.
That's basically, that was me.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm divorced. That's why I've had a big past history with a lot of women that I've dated in my life,
Mhm.
because hurt people.
Yeah.
And you're right. Instead of just saying, hey, this is what's going on,
Mhm.
and we need to figure this out. But we don't do that.
Mm-mm.
We rah rah,
Yeah.
and that's wrong, people. I mean, well, if you're living like that, I mean, you're just wrong. You got to talk about everything.
Yeah.
If you don't communicate, you don't make it. If you don't communicate, you stay stuck in the past.
Mhm.
You stay stuck in the present.
Mhm.
There is no future.
Yeah.
When it comes to that type of this subject right here about
Mhm.
trusting people and hurting people that you cared about,
Mhm.
and because you guys were involved with all that,
Yeah.
and that was a better way that it should be handled with you guys, because y'all wasn't deaf.
Mhm.
So I learned from all that. I
Yeah.
try to be better, and I think I've become a better dad since then. I think we communicate more.
Yeah.
All of us now.
For sure.
Patrick, Dazer, all of us. I think
Mhm.
we all communicate a little better. We gotta get a little better. We gotta start getting us a family trip in every year.
Yeah.
Stuff
That's
like
for
that.
sure. Yeah.
But that just comes with time. I don't know how much longer I'm here on this earth, but while I'm here, I'm going to appreciate, being here. Not going to be I'm not going to be mad about it
Yeah.
anymore,
Mhm.
and I haven't been, I just try to enjoy life and
Mhm.
do what I need to do. I know there's things that, needs to be done, and
Yeah.
things that are going to get me down, but I got to do what I got to do and take care of things and move forward.
Yeah.
Don't let people get you down, because when you get distracted by people, that's when you end up in the office of the big boss,
Mhm.
talking about, this type of thing and that type of stuff with phones. So
Mhm.
you can't get distracted by the people.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. I'm not gonna get. I no longer get distracted no more. Now I know how to stay to thyself and
Yeah.
just read
They just
and
want you to
write.
learn that when you get on that level, people don't even matter no more. It's all
Oh yeah,
about,
no. Yeah.
that everybody is the same.
Mhm.
Everybody gets the same high.
Mhm.
Everybody gets the same buy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Very true. Cause man, but you live and learn. I just now I know that at the end of the day, that as long as I continue with being positive and as long as I continue with being the best Keaira possible, that I will always continue with prospering. I will always continue with being able to move forward in life and getting things that sometimes I may not, may be shocked that I got, but I know that I deserved it. I know that I worked hard for it. I know that I went through a lot of trials and tribulations that, I do talk about on here, but I sometimes don't go into full depths of a lot of things. But it's just like I've overcame a lot, and I feel like just me not worrying about what people think, me not worrying about how someone feels or how someone should think, how someone thinks I should live my life, how I should move this way, move that way. It's like other people's, unless I know that God is sending that person to send me a message and it's a positive message, I don't have time for like any type of put downs or people, you know, um, what is it? Like people trying
But
to,
see, that's one of your weaknesses.
what?
You always worried about what somebody is saying, about the put downs and all that.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's the stuff that you got to learn how to take from a grain of salt and give it to them so pleasant. Well, they won't even come back to you with it no more, no matter what. You don't even have
Yeah.
to. You don't even have to rah rah about it. You can just receive it so greatly that they won't even come back with you. You know what I'm saying? They'll find
Yeah.
someone else now to bring that to that. That's what you got to be, because like we were saying earlier, also you just people are waiting on you to get out of character anyway and do
Yeah, for
something that
sure.
you're not. So you got to give it. If you give it to them pleasant and straightforward, they
That's
understand
a
it. Just
yeah.
like you said a curse word, they understand it.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I know. I thought about you like I told my boss Kathy. I was like one thing my daddy always told me is just smile, and that make him even more mad. Just smile and
yeah,
just keep pushing, and that's what I've been doing. I just been
because
smiling and keep pushing.
even when you were up in that office when it all came down, it was nothing but God that brought the young lady to you
Mm-hmm.
and gave you everything, and then that also made them see that they just trying to find a way to bring you down,
Mm-hmm.
but so they just
Yeah.
it all comes. So now they know they believe in you a little more than they did at first, because they
Mm-hmm.
see that people are just talking, but it's just jealousy, because
Yeah.
they feel like they maybe should be somewhere that you
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
but you work hard to get there,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the same thing that they have to do.
Yeah.
Nobody don't give anyone anything no more. You have to work hard for these things
Yes.
if you want it. So especially in this world that we live in.
Very
I'm
true.
not gonna say what type of world we live in, but this world that we
Mm-hmm.
live in, you just have to,
Yeah.
because don't nobody believe in nothing.
Very true.
The government is telling us how to live, and how our kids should be these days,
Man,
and all this stuff. So
get me started on that one. That's a
we
whole
ain't
nother
even,
story.
yeah. So
Woo.
you have to think about where we at.
Yeah, very true. That is so true. That is so true. Because this world is not it. But that's why God has people like us to make it better.
And the world is not bad. It's just where we are at the time.
Yeah,
We're in a place in
people
time
make it
where
better.
we're supposed to be in the best place. But
Mm-hmm.
when you look at some of these other countries, they're a little safer than we are right
Mm-hmm.
now. Because we got too many heads doing too many things, and it's just like a job. People
Yeah.
don't care. People only care about their agendas, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody has an agenda
Yeah.
when they come out the blue. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to figure out what that is.
That's very true. Very, very, very true. Okay, so before we end the video, I'm gonna grab a card. This matches the colors that we got on. It's the color wave. Okay, so this is gonna be our solar chakra. It's the second chakra. It is this right here. This one. So it's I am a mentor, not a rescuer. That's kind of weird. That was kind of weird. Every time I do this, these things always correlate to my videos. Okay, so I'm gonna read. I'll read all of them.
Just read all of it.
So the first one says, I avoid continually sacrificing my own happiness for others by rescuing and enabling them, as doing this may hinder personal growth for both of us. I choose not to be what is that word?
Martyr.
A martyr? Google it. Don't know what it means, you guys. I choose not to be a martyr. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. And it says, I do not assume that everyone wants my opinions and solutions to their life challenges. And if I am in doubt, I will ask them. I take responsibility for my own happiness.
So you don't think that has nothing to do with what we talked about?
Yeah, I feel like it has a lot to do with what we talked about. That's what I said it's so crazy because every time I pull these cards, it always has something to do with what I was talking about in my videos, in the videos.
And that's also telling you, because they hear as I'm your mentor. I'm here for you to listen to what I'm trying to teach you and show you. Not trying to be your friend.
Okay. You're funny. My daddy funny, y'all. But I appreciate that advice because that is very true. That is something that I do really genuinely need to work on. But I've been proud of myself because I actually have been applying it. It's just me learning how to apply it in my life in the best way possible for me that helps me and it makes sense to keep me going with it. But yeah, y'all, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed you, Daddy. Thank you for being here.
Well,
Thank
thank
you
you
for
for
doing
inviting me.
it. Oh, he did good, y'all. He wasn't even he didn't even see he seemed nervous in the beginning. I was too a little bit. Just a little bit. But
I thought I was gonna mess up.
no, I didn't think he was gonna mess up. I just wanted you to make sure you talked and about the things that you want to talk about, because we're gonna revisit this conversation a year from now, and we're gonna see where you currently at with the past, present, and future. That's gonna be an interesting a year from now video.
Hey, that's a challenge I'm ready to take on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Y'all gonna see. I already know I'm gonna be at, because I'm gonna keep going. Consistency is key, but I love you guys. Thank you guys for making it all the way to the end. Whoever made it to the end, leave a comment down below. Leave a heart down below. An orange heart. If you know what the orange means, then that means you made it to the end of the video. But peace, love, blessings, you guys. Bye. Damn, Jamal.